Because that dynamic is obviously also...
It's an interesting dynamic. I actually think it made it a lot easier for the men. You know, because listen, you know, again, I always come off sounding sexist when I say stuff like this. But it's a fact, I don't care what anybody says. Life is a lot easier when there's women around, okay? And you know, everybody was making jokes that you know, birth control should be a sponsor of the next season and stuff. It's not even about sleeping with women, it's having women around. You know, if you go to a club and you're in a booth with 6 guys, is that fun? No, it's always, things are always a lot more fun if you have girls around, and I think it actually made it a little easier on the guys this season because there were women there.
Needless to say, best season ever.
You know, I don't want to go out and say it's the best season ever. I'll go out and say it's on par with our best seasons.
What would you say is the best season?
God, it's always hard to not call season 1 the best season.
Sure.
You know, season 1 is always the one that breaks it. You know, it's just everything. And a lot of those guys have stood the test of time and stayed here. Even guys that didn't win the show became, you know, huge personalities. So it's always hard to not say season 1 is.
Dana, I don't think you can deny there wasn't any really tension like the matchup between Ronda and Misha today. It was really palpable.
Wait till you see the season. I'm telling you, it's nonstop. It's never ending. It's just, you know, it's crazy.
But I mean, on Saturday, I remember you said, like, you know, these fights where all these guys like to talk trash always suck. But does it make you feel better knowing that we've seen these two fight before?
Right.
We've seen these two fight before, and it was a really good fight. So does that make you feel better going into this one?
It was a fight that made me decide to bring women into the UFC.
Right.
Awesome. A year and a half ago, could you imagine being at an event like this with your biggest champions, all the fans? These guys getting the most love, these guys drawing the most attention.
You mean last year when every fight was falling out?
Yeah.
And, oh, you're talking about
well,
that
I mean,
fight.
both. Yeah.
I'll tell you this: the women's side of this thing has really blown me away in how popular it's become, how exciting it is, and how hard these girls fight.
I mean, they're the most popular ones up there in some way. I mean, they're getting the most love. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, well, the one thing that I've learned, like I was just telling him about the Ultimate Fighter, is, and I knew this, but you don't think about it going into the fight business. Women are way more emotional than men are, you know? And men get pretty emotional on the Ultimate Fighter. We've all seen the seasons of how emotional these guys get. Now throw women into the mix, and the emotion side goes through the roof.
Yeah.
This is uncharted territory, having women on the show. Did you guys have to set up any ground rules, like no showmances or anything, or
no?
Just like let's see what happens. Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens. You know, if people end up, listen, you can't go stuff people into a house for 5 weeks and not expect people to hate each other, go after each other, start to go crazy, when you talk about men and women, start to like each other, start to have feelings for each other, and the list goes on and on. You can't set ground rules like, and we don't do, that's the big, you know, misconception about the show. People, first of all, there isn't a thing about that show that's scripted. That show is what it is, you know, what you see is what you get. Nothing is scripted, number one. Number two, you know, we're there to help these guys succeed. We're not there to hurt them. We're there to help them. And we give them whatever they need, whatever food, whatever pre-fight ritual stuff they need, or whatever it might be. We're there to help them succeed. And if people end up liking each other and these, you know, relationships start to happen, it is what it is.
I loved all the formatting changes you guys brought to the show. It just looks so much better and cleaner and higher quality. And besides, you know, bringing women into the season, is it going to be similar to last season, or do you guys want to try anything different this season?
Yeah, you know, the style and look and feel of it is going to be the same as last season. But yeah, hopefully we've also raised the bar this season, and it looks a little better.
Are the family members and the loved ones allowed to watch, you know, the elimination fights at all, or is that still there?
Watch and see.
Okay.
Back to what you were saying earlier, there's been so much of last year, late summer, early fall, playing defense, scrambling, having to cancel cards. Does it feel good to be at this point right here where you get all these guys?
It feels good to run your business again. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't have said that any better. Because that's exactly what happened. You're on your heels the whole year, rebuilding cards that were already built and not focusing on building your business. And we just had the new Fox deal. You know, we're over on another channel. But we're not just on a channel. We're on 3 different channels with all our everything is coming together, and everything is, you know, we got the Latin America deal done, we got Mexico done, we got, you know, we've been kicking ass on Fox. The ratings just came out today on what we did on Fox, and we were #1 on all of television in the demos. The number was as good as last summer, which is awesome. You normally you'd be like, oh, well, we want to beat last summer. You know how pumped we are to pull the same numbers last summer, because there was no attention on this Fox card. All the attention is on Fox Sports 1 right now. Money, energy, advertising, everything is going into Fox Sports 1. So for us to pull what we did the other night was huge. So everything couldn't be better right now.
I thought one of the greatest things about Saturday night was seeing Demetrius. He's ahead on the scorecards. He's the champion. He goes and gets a finish with just a minute left. And he was
dangerous. First of all,
he got hurt in the fourth round.
Could have rode that thing out. He took the top position all night. Could have rode that thing out. Goes for an armbar against the guy who just shattered his nose all over his face the round before. If he doesn't pull off that armbar, which you don't see a lot of guys go for the first attempt armbar anymore and pull that thing off like they used to. Now he's in that bottom position with a minute something left where he can rain down on top of him.
But I mean, how do you like seeing that? Because we almost never see a champion.
Can't you tell the way I'm talking about it? I mean, I was completely pumped, blown away, and the little guys are awesome. And you know what I loved about that? He comes off such a good guy, smart guy, hard-working guy, talented guy, but without a chip on his shoulder. But he's got that chip on his shoulder. That's why he went for the armbar. And I love it. I love guys that try to finish. And especially, the other thing is, I tell the fighters this all the time. Unfortunately, we're in a business where we live and die by our last fight. So you come off that Ellenberger-Rory fucking nightmare, right? And then you go into the main event, and the thing delivers in every way, shape, and form. It makes me beyond happy.
Dana, speaking of building events, Southern California next month, we've got 3 regional shows, 1 series of fighting, RFA, UMMA here at Club Nokia. Talk a little bit about one of your famous quotes is "Welcome to the money losing business."
Right.
How different? What are the challenges of these?
I'm sorry.
It's a business that anybody can jump into at any minute, any time. Anybody who has money, people who just want to raise a little money, you can get into this business. And then it's about knowing what you're doing in this business. No different than anything else. It's fun, it's exciting, everybody likes to be in this business, it seems cool. But it's a lot of work and a lot of time, man. And I think the thing that sets us aside from all the other people that got into it after we did. I'm not talking about the people that were in it before we were. People who got into it after we did. It looks like easy money. It looks like easy money, but it's not. We're passionate about this, man. We love this sport. It's all we do. I mean, this is all we do. It's all we think about. There's never any days off. There's never a vacation. I mean, a vacation, if you look up the definition of vacation. A vacation is where you put everything down and you just relax. There's never a day like that. You can't have those days in this business because things are always changing and moving. This just happened. This guy just got injured. This guy just got in trouble. This guy did this. Biogenesis is going to announce some MMA names. There's always some drama or some crazy shit going on in this business that you have to deal with every day.
Dana, do you have any thoughts on Vitor Belfort? Through his wife, he said he would rather fight at a higher weight class than fight Tim Kennedy at middleweight. He only wants to fight for the title at middleweight now.
Let's do him and Rashad.
Okay, cool. I like it.
I like it too. He doesn't want to fight Tim Kennedy. Let's fight Rashad at 205.
How do you see that fight going down?
Which one?
Rashad and
I don't know.
Sorry. I don't want to take him too far off topic. Sorry. We're all trying to talk about what's going on today.
Yeah,
both ladies.